Well, so as you can see, I'm just viewing a recording of a footage that I did. So you're just gonna see me. Well, you're just gonna see me play TF2 while stuff goes down. While I talk, obviously, duh. Anywho, this is because I can't speak while playing this game, and oh my gosh. Okay, so before I start the video, which for writing for whom, uh, I just want to say it's been a while since I've done these types of commentary, and honestly, this is one of the reasons why I like playing games, but like recording them and having to plan them out, man, I just get me tired, no. And the fact that
Mission begins in 60
something
seconds.
like TF2 and all of these games that I enjoy, which like they I know take away my attention a lot of the time. So all I'm left with is just not I don't have the ability to mm, talk about this seriously without going down some pretty destructive paths. So today we're just gonna talk while this gameplay
Mission
plays.
begins in 30
By the
seconds.
way, I'm gonna comment sometimes on how the gameplay looks, but I'm gonna focus on the topic, which is okay, writing fiction for whom? Why did I
Teleporter coming right up.
start writing fiction?
Mission
That's
begins in
probably the
10
first question
seconds.
that I should put out there because writing
5,
fiction
Sentry
for
going
whom?
off.
The
3,
first place is
2,
for whom? Okay,
1.
so but why did you even start writing in the first place? That's the first question before that, right? Well, I started writing personally when I
Erected
when
and
the school
dispensing.
was just I don't know. I don't know why I started running during grade 8 actually. I don't remember anymore. Wait, did I just say? Never mind. You get it. I started writing back when I was like back when that's stupid because it's not that long ago, but when I became, let's just say, you know what, it's important for the future generation of me anyway to know. Yeah, I started writing during when I was grade 8 when I was like viewing the internet shit. Yeah, I know. It was like, oh, you shouldn't be viewing stuff like that, but that was just not the case anyway. Anyway, so yeah, and during that time, I was
Sentry
like,
going up.
what do you call this? I was fresh off of a time where I genuinely think
Sentry's
that
out.
it's
Additional
better
factor.
than my current situation. At least I felt that way. I don't know.
Sentry
Maybe I
going
just
up.
got more aware of what's happening during these past few years. Because this was during after pandemic either. So it isn't like I didn't have a it's not like I didn't have a bad time, especially during grade 7. However, grade 8 was like the fresh start. Like grade 7 was like the horrible transition to high
I'm moving
school,
this.
and grade was like, okay, so I've gone through all the bad shit now. Let's hope grade 8 is the time where I can have fun. And you know what? I kind of did for at least a while. I think. I think the grade 8 was super interesting. We moved like um we moved once, and we also explored a lot of the school, and basically it was just a time for exploration and friendship building, which was fun. But the thing is, sometimes you just these friendships just disappear, you know. So that's usual with high school friendships, right? But this especially started affecting me when I started writing. When I started writing during, let's say, the end of grade 8, or by the way, that's like, I don't know, 13, 14? I think 12, no, 12 to 13, yeah. 12 to 13. I started writing then. I was like, okay, so if I'm gonna write something that appeals to my favorites, which are Delta, Rune, and what I just saw this current cool game, Genshin Impact. Yeah. This was back when I didn't play much Genshin Impact, so I didn't know of its flaws or even felt it until nowadays, which I play WoWa. I think I know actually though. I would probably still play Genshin Impact if it wasn't for Wuthering Waves. I was just missing that open world type of game back then, so I didn't have a choice but to play Genshin Impact and eventually Honkai Star Rail. But just put it aside, just look at myself when I started writing it around before grade 9 and during grade 8,
Building the sentry.
last quarters, years, not years, months. At that time, I had, you know, it. When I talk about it, it feels weird even talking about it nowadays. Like, it's a lot of information that, unless you know me personally, it wouldn't be very incriminating. Like, for example, I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube where it's like, oh, so there's this time where my girlfriend, blah 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 blah. So what we're talking about is my so-called romance life, my romantic life, my love life. Does that exist? At least for me, I don't know if it exists because it feels like I've been duped. I don't know. So okay, so in context, there was this like girl I know. I'm not gonna say her name because honestly, would it matter? And it will only ruin my real life stuff if someone that I knew watched this. So yeah, if you're watching me, by the way, uh, wow, you have nothing else to watch, huh? But anyways, yeah. So I'm not gonna mention her name, but if you know me, then you know who it is. So this girl, I don't know what she had for a reason to like me, but she did. I think for quite a while before it faded, like during quarter four when I started writing. I don't know. And then like there's this dynamic between me and this other girl, a different one, which purely became just a platonic friendship, but there were like I don't know, weird signs and basically teenager like angst stuff like, oh, is this guy really my love or is it it's just something or it's just friendship, yada yada, etc etc. Basically, it was just a enlightening time for a lot of teenagers. So, especially me, during that time, I was like, I don't know. It felt like I when when that girl, I don't know, did was it called a confession when she just did that? Like when she just said out loud to like everyone, no, not everyone, but like some people when in the classroom, like very explicitly that she loves me. Was that like? Because when I said like okay, I was very awkward back then, even now, but especially when that happened, I was like, oh, okay, because I didn't know what to do, honestly. Like, okay, so I have someone that's interested in me. What do I do? And honestly, I don't know. I don't know what I did, but I can guess on why and things didn't work out. One of the main things that I regret doing was basically becoming over the hills obsessed. Hold on, I need to stop for a minute. Okay, I'm back. I just have to untangle this microphone wipe. Anywho, let's continue. S- So yeah, I didn't know what to do when that girl decided to uh love me, and I always regret just I don't know not reciprocating it meaningfully because here's this thing about me. You don't really, what do you call this? You don't really get my, what do you call it? Romantic love? You didn't really get my love until you love me back? It's weird. I don't think I ever got crushes. Crushes are like, oh, there's this guy with crushes. It's so attractive. He's so attractive. She's so attractive. And I'm here like, haha, yeah, right. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about them. Like, what's it about teenagers being obsessed with people and their appearance and their crush and their personality, whatever, whatever. Like, where did you get these? Cause I never got one. I never did. I'm like the weird one out. Like, oh, do you have any crushes? No. Like, genuinely, I had no one. Oh, but how about your so-called other crushes? But like when I okay, so when I when I say to my friends that, oh, you got any crushes, and I'm like, used to, because in deep down I was like, oh, I don't really have any, but there were a few girls that were interested in me specifically, so I guess I'm just gonna count that. I mean, because once I knew that they were crushing on me, I like decided to, cause, 'cause I don't know. I feel like I had this obsession when the first girl loved me, so-called or crushed on me. So like when I knew this, I think I became a little bit too obsessive. I'm not sure if she noticed, but when looking back, it's probably kind of obsessive. Like just because this like girl loved me once, and do I get like so many instances where I just look for her specifically? Like, is that love? Is that love? Is love? Is it love when you just go do that? Oh my goodness, it just became my uh high school story. But that is basically where my writing revolves around. So you can hold up for a minute. But anyways, this goes back to the topic of the video. Writing for whom? Am I writing for these girls that I was um related with during that time specifically? Like, okay, I think I said a bit earlier that the first girl lost her crush with um during the last quarters of grade 8. So when I think about it, is it meant for her? Is it meant for any girl? Is it meant for any friends I have? Uh it's not no, what do you call this? It's not conclusive because I I can say now that I write now because I want to, well, escape. Right now, I write because I want to create something that I will be proud of years from now, that I can do for, without exemption. Like, even though the medium might change, I will still have written a story. The written word has been around for thousands of years. I don't think it's just gonna disappear. At least if the world goes correctly. Anywho, I just think that I write because I want to escape reality just for a minute, or even just what do you call this? Have control over my words, or just world, or just stories, or just interactions. In general. I just want to create stories because I like the emotions, or I just feel the emotions in them, and I feel like I'm just lost whenever, like, for example, fan fictions. Yeah. Um, I want to do them, but the problem is I'm kind of stupid at remembering stuff from original fiction. So I made my own fiction, and I even forget that too. There's so many contradictions on my spin-offs that whenever I start to write like actual chapters, I'm be like, oh no, if this might contradict blah blah blah, because I get it. I'm a teenager. I got a lot of school stuff I need to deal with, but even so, I still forget a lot of stuff even without school. Deep balance. Also, just as a side note, uh, a lot of media's influenced me greatly, especially during grade 9 and now grade 10. Yeah, a lot of stuff, shit has gone. The videos influenced me because I don't know. I don't want to call it bad. or even uh horrible, or like, you know how in experiences it's like, oh, you're feeling meh in high school. Okay, so when I say that I went through bad internship in high school, I do not mean as if I don't know. I just hate comparing my own problems with others when I know that theirs could be much worse. But
Yeah,
I
thanks,
guess I
Doc.
can't like see if that's true or not unless I tell you. So okay, so remember that. Okay, so remember what I said. The love story, the whole shebang. Okay, so then there's this friend group, the Jedi. Okay, but what got you started? You've just been discussing on the situation and the context. But why did you actually start writing? Uh, I think it was for two reasons. It's inconclusive, but I'm guessing. Obviously, I've thought about it. Number one, the same reason I have no escapism. It's not as bad as today, but it was definitely school still had its problems even back then. So I don't think it was just because of my problems from back then. Uh, I think I just like making stuff and stories. I gained the ability to start writing, or no. I like, I don't know. I I'm not sure that I like story. I'm not sure because I don't remember much about my grade 8 life. I That's why I've been guessing throughout these years, because if I just knew what I was going through back then, maybe I will be able to guess, but I can't remember. I just can't. Somehow. Somehow I don't remember what I wanted to do. So why do I even talk about it? Because it's important to the topic. Write, writing fiction for whom? Because back then I didn't even publish it or anything. It's just stuck on my notes until I figured out a way to put it somewhere else. It wasn't until grade 9 and that whole huh. Well, actually, thinking about it, there has been some memories that aren't exactly good for me to remember back in grade 8. I think in grade 8, I had a balanced school life, but I had a shitty home life? What do you call this? Because back then, I was just getting out of my grade 7 era and I had to fix a lot of things. Mainly, basically, the two causes, the one where I wiped my system 2 times because I'm an idiot using Linux, and the other time that I wiped my phone 4 times because of this uh custom Android ROM problems and the loss of my phone. Those three things. Oh no, yeah, 3 things. There's 3 things now. Really affected me, I think, in grade 8. Yet this effect is even seen throughout this day. I keep a watch at my phone. I keep a watch for my laptop. I keep a watch. I just keep watch at everything that happens. Ah, I still hate remembering those, but that's not the worst. I think, honestly, those wounds have healed, I think. But that affected me during grade 8, maybe. Maybe that's why I started writing during after that. Mm. Oh yeah, I think it started off as a Deltarune fanfiction about, oh yeah, a web comic that, oh yeah, I remember now. I think I liked Deltarune fanfiction back then, but it was mostly Deltarune fan webcomics. Fanfiction webcomics I specifically liked. I liked how they expanded on that. I don't watch Deltarune nowadays. Not much. Maybe I just got tired of it again. Yeah, maybe. Oh. But I would rewatch if I could. It's just, it's just, no, very hard knowing that these stories will never be completed, or some stories will never be completed, or have a happy ending, or actually when they end. Oh, that's another thing. I think I just hate, having stories that end. You know, they just end and go, "Oh," because that puts me back to reality. The reality of the situation that, well, who's gonna be there? You're always gonna be darnly focused on it until the end, so you can't do anything about it. What else can you do? Hope? Yeah, there's nothing you can do. Yeah. Why do I write? Why do I write for whom? I don't think I write for no one. No. I've always started as a personal pet project, and I think whenever I wanted to show people my writing, it always just comes down to whether will they listen, would they care to listen, would they care to read. My answer, and the one I've observed before, is, well, no, they won't. They won't care, and for me, that has conflicted feelings. While I respect their choice, I just feel like I hurt myself again. Like, okay, but what's the point of writing? And what's the point of showing people that I write if they're not gonna read what I write? And another thing, even if they try to show care, I'm like, this isn't enough. I want someone to just, like, I want someone to care like I do with other works. I want someone to create fan art. I want someone to create um games or other types of medium for my universe and my characters and my, you know. I think I know. I'm getting inspired by the other mediums, like the one that we are currently viewing right now, which is Team Fortress 2 and Deltarune, Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, and so many other games that I don't have time to mention that influenced me deeply as a person, that encouraged me to start writing. I just feel like I've lost my way in writing. I just feel that whenever I start writing and I finish, I go, what's the point? Because no one will care about my thousands of rent. And you watching this video, you might think, oh, so where can I start? And you're like, okay, cool. That's why I'm doing it. I'm here to advertise it. But anyways, even if I game this, I am stupid. Why? Because I don't have a comment section. How would I actually know if people are interested if I have no comment section? I am stupid. I put it on my website, the fucking HTML website, by my program, on to realize you can have a comment section that you don't create yourself. You don't inject with JavaScript.
Four, three, two, one.
But like I always said, I just don't know where to categorize my. I just don't know. Man, I hate advertising original fiction. And even if I want to do fan fiction, it just gets to the point where tagging. I'm also concerned about tagging, and I'm not confident of myself. Ah. I'm just not confident that I will ever get an opportunity to share. Or I'm just not confident that I will actually have any point in writing these types of fiction. Like, every attempt I do, just, I don't know. I have so many great fan fiction I've read, and they're mostly because they have titles, they have this storyline, they have all because of this fandom getting popular. All of these characters, but where do I start? No? Look at this. This is the best I can do. Best I can do is a gameplay video of a recording that I can't even speak in. I have to watch on another video or watching what video watching video player so that I can speak. I just don't like having to. I don't like. No, I just. I just feel like I I just don't have any chance in doing anything without being like, if I go and work on a large project in like 1 week by myself, it just often ends in me hurting myself in some minuscule way, like, oh, you're not getting enough sleep, you're not getting enough better, and then there's the caster, like, oh, you just go to them, all the voices they go up and up and up until you're fucking dying. I just don't want to be, I just want to judge this, I think. Or I just hate failure. I don't know, because those can compile or compound. I also feel like I have no choice in what I do. And I'm afraid. You know, afraid of criticism. Maybe. I say I don't hate criticism, but whenever someone does criticize me, I feel well. Of course, no one feels well if they get criticized, or well, they don't. Well, I guess no. Just through failure? Yeah, maybe. But so, what I really want is just someone to care, someone to really want it. I think I have attachment issues, but that's probably not the only reason. Mm, yeah, I get it. If you're here still watching, you might think, oh, this Josh, my bad, my bro, you should go to a therapist. And I'm here like, I kinda wish I can. And it's like, having the confidence to go to a therapist is at the same time, like, do you think guidance counselors do anything? I don't think they do. And it's not, it literally is the school system. So, if I hate the school system, then what would the guidance counselor do? Huh? He'll just tell me the same advice. Oh, just start like this or start like that, blah blah blah. It just advise you on stuff. What else do I really need? I want to write stuff, but whenever I think about writing, or whenever I think if it's something that I initially can't get the grasp of, as soon as I think about it, I just don't. I can't do it. For example, let's say I want to write and I just wonder about specific topic or just finish that writing. I just blank up and face the because even if I try to start on this will work. There's more addition, there's more addition. Oh, you gotta study, or you gotta do this and that. Good. I should. Oh no! They're repeating it again! What can I do? Do I just write and ignore it? Never worked! No efficient thing has ever worked. Very inefficient person tries to be efficient, fails miserably. Well, it's only 3 minutes before the ending, so what satisfying conclusion can I give you, person watching the video? Ah, well, what are you really writing for? Do you use writing as a healthy coping habit, or is it getting unhealthy? Have all of your writing come from the healthy place in a healthy mind? Has it come from love for other works and want to create one for yourself? Or does it come from your life sucking and having weird dichotomies of people saying that, oh, your life is so much better, why aren't you better then? Just comes from a lot of self-hatred, self-loathing, self-destructive tendencies, just in general stuff, trauma that you haven't resolved yet? Or does it come from your passion? Do you write because you still love doing it? Or is it the only way you can cope? Is it the only way you can truly live in a fantasy world where you're truly yourself? That is a question that everyone faces. And my answer for that, I I I go through that both. It started out originally passion project about other stories and my integration of my high school life with them. But as my high school life got worse, so did the mood of the tone of the story. So did the chapters I started writing. So did the spin-off I started writing. And well, I guess just complements what I feel. If I don't feel good, so does my story. And well, I guess this is life. See you, by the way, in another Wuthering Waves video. Bye!